Let's do this. It's time to stop making excuses. Let's suck it up and go make it happen. The only thing that you ever have is what you grab. The only thing that you ever have is what you grab.
What's up, Team Jackson? It's your girl Shara, and I am back with another video. If you are new to our channel, please be sure to subscribe and click on that post notification bell so that you'll be notified every single time we post a new video. Okay, you guys, it's excitement because I am making plant-based lasagna. It's gonna be delicious. Y'all gonna love it. Y'all gonna enjoy it. So y'all stay tuned and watch. Okay, y'all, I'm going to cook, okay? But I have to point out something right now. You see that green plant right there? It's alive. And I kept it alive, okay?
Yeah, right, yeah, right.
I just have to brag on that because I don't keep anything alive. All right, so I am going to start boiling my water. So in the back here, you can see I have this big pot, and I'm gonna start boiling my water back here. Now, I have several pots on the stove. So what I do is I cook a certain portion for Ty, and then I cook the rest, for us. So, but I'm only gonna be concentrating on one pot. So if you see me doing multiple things and you don't see it, I'm doing the same exact thing, but I'm just doing it on a different pot. Okay, so I'm gonna get my water boiling back here for the noodles. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make my sauce. Now, you can use oil if you want to, but it all depends on what you're trying to do. I know if you're doing like a keto diet, you might want some oils, or you just might like oil because oil does bring a good flavor, but sometimes I try to stay away from oil sometimes. So when I saute my onions and my peppers, I will do it without putting oil in there. So let me show y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some onions, and let me go ahead and put that. Onions and peppers. Then I put mushrooms. Now you can do like a canned mushroom, or you can do a fresh mushroom. It just depends on what you want to do. Canned mushrooms this time, and I'm just going to go ahead and cook it in with the onions and the peppers. And the only thing I'm doing at this point is just trying to make sure that it gets translucent and that type of stuff. Make sure it's tender. So we're just going to saute it over here. So I'm just going to let that cook down a little bit. It's going to be delicious. And then what we're going to do is just add our sauce. Because all I'm doing really is making my pasta sauce that's going to go with the dinner. But what I'm doing is I'm starting off with my onions. I'm also going to add other things to it to make it kind of pop a little bit. But I just wanted to get my onions and stuff going a little bit. So I put a tiny bit of water. Now you don't have to do that at all, but that's what I did because I like to cook my onions a little bit longer. But that's what I did. Like I said before, you really don't have to add the water at all when you use the plant-based meat, but I'm just trying to achieve a certain thing. Cook it just like you would if you were doing like ground beef or something like that. You know how you get the ground beef, you put the onions and stuff, you can do the same thing that way. But this is just how I'm doing it this time. Okay, now what I have for the meat is Impossible Burgers. Now I did the burgers this time. They actually have a block of meat that you can use called Impossible Meat. You can actually just use the Impossible Meat block. But I get this because this is 8 ounces and I'm trying to do 16 ounces. When I cook the lasagna. So I like using the burgers sometimes just so that I can measure it because the pack is actually like 12. So I like, kind of knowing what my numbers are. And like I told you before, when I cook for Ty, I like to kind of measure out his numbers too at the same time. Y'all see that? Woo-wee. Y'all see that? Woo-wee. Now you can, at this point, like some people season their veggies. I'm not going to season my veggies. When and even with the meat, I don't go too far out because the meat does contain some sodium in it. So I just don't, do too much with that. So we're just going to let this kind of boil out. Next time you see me, we'll be adding in our plant-based meat and going from there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the Impossible Meat, okay? So this is the actual burger, but I'm putting it in there, y'all. Here we go. see how it's turning brown in there? That's what I love about it. Ah, this is another thing I do, y'all. When I cook this, I like putting the casings of the Beyond sausage. Hold on. I'll just use this knife. So you just kind of cut the casing a little bit, and then you just peel it off up here, and then I just kind of crumble it in the pot. And this gives it that Italian sausage vibe, you know, when you're cooking. So, Hope Impossible and Beyond don't get mad at me, but I like using both. Y'all see. Y'all see that? That's all it is, y'all.
Smelling good in here.
Thai scale. That's all it is.
What you doing?
I'm cooking lasagna.
Okay.
Cooking lasagna. What you think? Turn that up some more. So they know I'm cooking two different ones. It's the same exact thing, except
Okay.
All right, now, look, you guys, I am seasoning my meat. You can use anything you want. You can put some garlic powder, onion powder. I use some nature seasoning, some Italian seasoning, some basil. You can do whatever you want to bring that flavor out of your mixture. So I like to season my mixture a little bit. I didn't put much sodium in it because the plant-based meat already has some sodium in it. So what I like to do is just add a little bit more, you know, flavor. And of course, you got that black pepper. All right, you guys, all you have to do now is get yourself that favorite pasta sauce that you love, and then put that sauce on top of your meat and your veggies and mix it up real good. What I like to do with lasagna is I like to keep that kind of chunky, you know, so when I put it on every layer, you know, you get that meatiness to it. Okay, so now we're going to put the lid on it and let it simmer. And now that water is nice, hot, and boiling, so let's put those lasagna noodles in it and let it cook for about approximately 8 minutes. So what I'm doing there is I'm mixing it up because I don't want it to stick too much together, so that when it's ready, when it's time for me to pour it out, it's not all, you know, one big piece. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I'm about to do ricotta. Okay, now I got this recipe from a site called Minimalist Baker, and I tried it one time. I love it. All I did was cut the recipe down in half. So here we go. What you need to do is get your blender, pour your almonds in there. Then you want to go ahead and add some salt, add your Italian mixture, and then also some lemon juice. And that is some garlic powder with some parsley in it. So I'm going to go ahead and add about a dash of that in it to bring a little bit more flavor. And then add your water. So what I'm doing is I'm pouring just enough water to cover it, and then I'm going to blend it, and I'm going to see how the consistency comes out. And if it comes out well, then that's the amount of water I'm going to use. See, I'm pressing everything down in there because I'm making sure that the almonds are well blended in there. And we're going to turn the blender back on and let it mix up some more. And y'all, this is good. Just trust me on this one. Y'all, I forgot to add something. That's nutritional yeast. I should have put it in the recipe originally, but I'm adding that in to the mixture. And of course, we're going to blend everything back up again so that we can make sure we have all the flavors we need to make this ricotta taste great. Now it's ready, y'all. So I'm just going to take it out of the container. So don't worry, on this clip, you don't really see me take all of it out, but trust me, I did take all of the mixture out. Now this is the good part, y'all. So now we're going to put it all together. So of course, at the bottom of the pan, I'm going to start with the sauce. I'm going to add the noodles. I had to break my noodles in half so it can fit into the pan. I added my ricotta mixture right there, right on the noodles. Spread it out as evenly as possible. And then I'm adding my Follow Your Heart Parmesan cheese. And then I'm doing some violife mozzarella cheese. And y'all, it's real good. I meant to show y'all at the beginning. And then you add some more sauce. Now you guys can do it however you want to do it as far as the layers go, but that's just how I do it. And then, you know, I just repeat the cycle again with the noodles. Doesn't have to be perfect, y'all. As you can see, I just kind of tore it off because, you know, just to make it fit. And then put some more of that good old ricotta. Y'all, this is when as far as plant-based eating goes, this is the best one that I love. You know, they do have tofu recipes and stuff like that, but I love the almond ricotta. This is the best one I've tasted so far in this plant-based journey. And you see I'm adding my sauce back on. We back to the top there. But it's just something about that follow your heart Parmesan. It's really good. To me, it's really close to what you would expect. I'm putting a little cheese, and y'all, this is where I'm going to end it as far as adding the different layers. So we're going to make sure it's spread out really well on there. And there you go.
Straight right quick. I'm so used to hate is sick. Therapy can't shape with this.
Hello everyone, I am back with the completed product. So I took it out of the oven, and there we go. There's the one I made on, actually this is on the camera, and this one is I made off the camera. Same exact thing, but you know, it is done. Okay fam, so that completes the lasagna tutorial for today. So if you are new to our channel, please be sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment, and click that post notification bell so that you'll be notified every single time we post a new video. Love conquers all. Together we stand, divided we fall. Team Jackson, peace and love.
Starting to really believe that communication is the key. I think communication is the key. We need to start communicating more. Let's just start communicating more. Let's have more conversation.